Hey everyone, and welcome to our League of Legends Champion Roundtable. I'm Josh Augustine, Associate Editor for PC Gamer.
I'm Lucas Sullivan, also from PC Gamer.
And I'm Hollander Cooper from Games Radar.
And this week we're taking a look at Fiora, the Grand Duelist.
Ooh. Yes.
She's French.
She is. She's a duelist. So her ability is pretty straightforward. Her passive, every time she hits, she puts a hot on herself that heals her over time. Stacks once against once against minions, 4 times against champions.
It basically feels like a free potion early game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just
and
get in
makes
there,
jungling so easy.
Yeah. So nice. She has a lunge. Pretty straightforward. Dash forward. You can do it twice in really fast succession.
And it doesn't cost anything for the second time, right?
Correct. Yeah. Riposte, which is the best ability.
Yes.
Where basically it gives her passive attack damage as you rank it up. And for 1.5 seconds, if someone hits her, she blocks it and hits them back for damage.
With a sweet notification that yes, you did indeed parry.
And it doesn't. I think it works on range still. It's any basic attack.
Yes, any basic attack. Burst of speed. This one boosts attack speed, and then the more you attack, you get movement speed. But it only lasts for, between 3 and 5 seconds, depending on how fast you hit.
It's mainly like the help chase if somebody starts to run away.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mini Master Yi ult.
Sort of, yeah, except you have to be hitting to get the movement speed.
Yes.
And then Blade Waltz, where she teleports around between 5 champions. She teleports 5 times and can be on the same champion, dealing damage each time.
And 25% less each time she attacks the same champion. It turns her into a little juggernaut.
But honestly, I didn't feel the ult was all that strong. I was confused as when to use it. Like, if you use it against just one person, it feels like a waste. But if you use it in a team fight, then you're barely denting anyone.
No, see, in team fight, because it does full damage to all of them. For me, I used it as soon as I started getting targeted, because after the one riposte, she has no way to deflect damage, and she just goes down like a paper napkin.
And that's something I've noticed. I think she is fantastic one-on-one. She's a duelist. She should be. But when you get into a team situation, it's almost better to be like, hey guys, I'm going to go jungle, or I'm going to go hide behind them and try to kill them, because in a group fight, she's going to die. She faints when she sees people fighting and just dies.
But her ult lasts so long, it probably takes 5 seconds to go through the full animation, and during that time, she's invulnerable, can't be hit by AoEs, can't be targeted, can't do anything.
That's fair, but I personally think the way to play her, in my experience, is you just kind of have to go jungle, and I usually don't like jungling that much, but she's so good at jungle that you don't need potions, you just get a little lifesteal, and then because of your passive, you're just always at full health. Yeah. And then you just kind of have to pop out of the jungle and kill people. Like and then you just hope you get fed. That's kind of how you play her. And then you ward up river and hope you find somebody at dragon and then take them down, because that's all so rewarding.
And with that burst of speed at level 5, it just feels like it's always on while you're jungling, because you're just smacking creeps all day, and it pretty much refreshes.
Yeah, and it lingers after the cooldown, and so you can actually use it to move fast between the creeps. I really liked her. I thought her lunge was the weakest ability.
It's really buggy. Like, it'll sometimes miss a target, or if you're hovering over someone, it won't register that you can lunge to them.
And I feel like it needs to be 5 pixels larger, because I don't know if it's just the speed of her attacks, but if I hit somebody and then they run away, they're always just outside. And what you're supposed to do is lunge to a creep and then lunge to the next person. But if you're chasing somebody through the jungle, your lunge is good at getting into battle. It doesn't help you chase as much as I'd like.
Yeah, that was the weakest part for me. Was I was constantly chasing and just barely out of range, because you can lunge twice, but then after that, even with burst of speed, I couldn't stick on anybody. I felt like I almost had to get Frozen Mallet.
But once you did,
she's
definitely one of those champions. If you get Frozen Mallet on it, it's a game changer.
Yeah, you think so? I went Black Cleaver with her just so that her ult would chunk people's armor. So that worked pretty nicely, but yeah, if I got focused,
I saw some people getting all splash damage just to make her effective in team fights, because that's how. I mean, she's not useless in team fights, but her usefulness is dropped down a significant margin.
See, what you need to do is get Blood Razors, and then ult single target. That's instant 20% of their max health gone.
I didn't even think.
Yeah, I think we can all agree. One-on-one, she is one of the best champions in the game.
Yeah.
You're gonna, unless you're fighting a tank, in which case the tank's just gonna soak. One-on-one against another champion, you're just gonna win usually.
Anytime she gets stunned, it kind of messes up her flow, and if you're not constantly getting hits with burst of speed, then you're not at true effectiveness. So.
So, so any last recommendations? What worked well?
I think it's worth noting that her default build that they recommend is 100% meant for junglers. So if you're not gonna jungle, just ignore their default build and just get like some lifesteal, but then otherwise just go damage. Because like I made the mistake of one of my first games going with the default build, and then I just ended up not jungling, and I just wasn't very useful until I like sold everything and just bought a new suite of weapons.
Also, I want to see more abilities like riposte, because even if it isn't always effective, I'm just a huge fan of Twitch reaction abilities.
Yeah, I love those.
You see somebody coming at you with like a charged attack, like Nasus or something, and you just hit that, they're either going to not hit you or hit you and just take it right back in the face.
But it's really weird when two Fioras are dueling because they'll just block each other's hits over and over.
Yeah.
That happened to be a fun. So I will comment real fast. Her movement speed is one of the fastest in the games, which is weird why Coop and I both felt like we had trouble chasing.
Yeah.
But her movement speed is 325. Only Yi and Pantheon are faster than her.
Yeah, and I guess probably Misfortune's faster with her passive.
Yes.
Which I think I was talking earlier. I think it's worth also ignoring her recommended build to get tenacity boots, because if you're slowed or stunned, you're just dead anyway.
Yeah.
Get the boots 3 or even the boots 5 so you can just help chase people, because you're just gonna need to chase people down. But in all honesty, even though I really like her, I personally don't. I like team fights. That's my favorite part of League of Legends. So if you're like me and you love like team fights and you love jumping into the middle of a big battle, I'm gonna give her a thumbs down. She's not for me. That's all. I don't dislike her. She's just not for me.
No, that's fair. I mean, I say if you like melee DPS, definitely buy her because she has a huge skill ceiling thanks to riposte, and her skins are just freaking rad.
She's not going to be my main, but I will definitely pick her up, and I recommend everyone else pick her up because, like Lucas, I think, was saying, she has like a really high skill ceiling. With that riposte, I feel like I can do a lot more with her than I'm doing right now. So that's our verdict. 1 thumbs down, 2 thumbs up for Fiora, the Grand Duelist. That's it for this week. Be sure to check out gamesradar.com and pcgamer.com whenever a new champion is released for a new roundtable.